Alright, let's talk about the WNBA's wild decision to reverse Caitlin Clark's technical foul, and why this tiny moment might actually be a huge turning point for the league. Hook, imagine this, you're watching the game, Clark gets hit with a tech that could bench her for a game, and then boom, the league just takes it back hours later. That's not normal, right? But here's what fascinates me. This isn't just about one foul. It's about power, pressure, and the messy reality of officiating in women's sports. Let's dive in. Context setup. So Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever's superstar, was about to get suspended after a ref ruled she committed her 8th technical foul. But the WNBA suddenly said, never mind, erasing the penalty. Now I get it, leagues review calls all the time. But this felt different. Why? Because Clark's not just any player. She's the face of the Fever's resurgence, a generational talent driving record ratings. And if the league sat her for a game right as the playoffs heat up, that'd be a PR nightmare. Personally, I think the WNBA panicked. Not because they admitted it, but because the optics of sidelining their biggest star for a debatable call would have been toxic. Main breakdown. League pressure. Now let's dissect the actual incident. Clark said she accidentally bumped a ref while going out of bounds. She didn't argue the call during the game. No shouting, no drama. And yet, the text stood initially. Wait a second. If there's no verbal altercation, why slap a technical at all? This is where officiating gets messy. Refs have to make split-second decisions, but the WNBA's rulebook seems to give them way too much wiggle room. What's a non-physical unsporting foul? That phrase is basically a loophole. And here's the kicker. Clark herself called for full-time referees earlier this season, citing failures in officiating. So, is the league's reversal here an admission that the current system is broken? Main breakdown. Officiating issues. What many people don't realize is how much this incident exposes the WNBA's balancing act. On one hand, they want to protect their stars to boost viewership. On the other, they can't look like they're playing favorites. If Clark had been suspended, fans would have rioted. Why's the league punishing its MVP? But by overturning the call, are they proving the refs are fallible? Or that the league bends for big names? It's a lose-lose. From my perspective, though, this might actually be a good thing. Why? Because it's forcing a conversation about upgrading officiating staff. The NBA has full-time refs. The WNBA doesn't. And until now, nobody cared enough to demand change. Clark's popularity is shining a light on cracks in the system. Deeper insight, systemic problems. Let's zoom out. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark. It's about the growing pains of a league still fighting for its place in the sports world. The WNBA wants to be taken seriously as a top-tier league, but how can they when their referees aren't full-time professionals? And how do they handle superstar players without seeming biased? This situation raises a deeper question. Can a league truly thrive when its biggest stars are constantly battling both opponents and the officiating system? I'd argue no. The Clark technical foul drama isn't an isolated incident. It's a symptom of a larger identity crisis. Deeper insight. League identity. So what's next? If you're the WNBA, you've got two choices. Keep pretending everything's fine, or use this moment to overhaul officiating. I'll be watching closely. But here's my final thought. Sometimes the most important moments in sports aren't the buzzer beaters or the records. They're the quiet, controversial decisions that reveal what a league truly values. What does this say to you about the WNBA's priorities? Let me know in the comments. Closing thought.